Yeah, looks like I fixed the issue this time. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Got that fixed, everything's corrected. Now let's go ahead and get this started. So where we left off, we were talking to this guy, and I don't even remember actually. Oh well, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to the next part. Where am I going? Hello and welcome everybody to the stream. I appreciate everybody that joins in today. Wait, can I buy a new sword or anything? I think I already did. I think this is the new sword. I can't remember. Where do I have to go to buy one?
What can I do for you?
Do you have an open room for the night?
Yeah, haven't had a lot of customers lately since most travelers aren't being let into the city. Say got your pick of the place. Just be 1 gold piece.
Here you go.
Thank you. Now let me just show you to your room.
No, no. Stay away. No. Stop it. Leave me alone. Go away!
Vair! Vair! Endandra Vair! It's okay!
No.
No one here.
Lady,
It's just us.
get back!
Just us, okay?
Where are they?
This is why we
Carter,
don't do
where are
drugs.
they? They...
That's not the first time you've had a dream like that. It's getting worse.
Yes, they are.
What were you dreaming about?
You needn't pretend.
Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Definitely stealing all your stuff. It's okay though.
About last night.
Please, do not speak of it.
It's just that, was the experience really that bad? Having your body stolen. I know you were scared, but those dreams you have and the way you acted when the cultists caught us...
I said not to speak of it. I want no reminder of that. But if you really insist on satisfying your childish, idiotic curiosity, then just know this. Having my soul ripped from my body was the most painful thing that I have ever experienced. I did not know that pain could be so complete or overwhelming. Not being able to do anything about it was even worse. Now be silent and go speak with the sage.
Okay, there it is. I was about to say, I think the worst part is I just came from there and I already forgot where it was.
Ah, there you are. Yvonne and I have been working on your conundrum. I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Let's hear the good news.
Well, to begin with, we have found a way to safely separate Vair's soul from your body and put it back into his own while expelling the parasite that is latched onto him.
What's the bad news?
The bad news, I'm afraid, is that the artifact you need to put Vair back into his own body is rather far away, and may not actually be where we think it is. You see, while investigating, we encountered two principal problems. Removing and transporting another creature's soul is actually rather simple if you have the appropriate knowledge or equipment. I've done it myself on several occasions. The problems are that Endandravaya's body is already inhabited by a living creature that may have some control over it, and furthermore, we do not know how much damage this creature has inflicted on Vair's body, nor whether removing the parasite forcibly would do even more. For all we know, removing the creature would kill Vair's body, and trying to put his soul back into it would be, well, pointless. He would simply, to address this, we tracked down an artifact known as the Rod of Alignment. Its relatively simple, if exceptionally powerful function, is to set things back into their natural intended state. It can only do so on a limited scale and needs time to recharge, but it should do the trick.
What's the catch?
The catch is...
Thank you for the follow, I really do appreciate it, and thank you for stopping by.
Will that be enough on its own?
Yes, though depending on how powerful the parasite is, you will likely need to weaken the creature before the artifact can extract it. Living things can resist magical effects, but weakening the target will reduce its ability to do so. The rod was last seen in the possession of Mayastan Kimmerin, a morally dubious dragonborn druid. Without getting into too many details, he was last seen with it in Icewind Dale when going to speak to a storm giant friend of his who lives in the area. There have not been any reports of the artifact since that visit, though Kimmerin has certainly left their mark on various places without it in the intervening time, so we think it may have been left in the storm giant's keeping. If not, then they may have an idea of where to find it.
Where exactly is Icewind Dale?
It's far to the north, beyond the spine of the World Mountain Range. It's about a 1,200-mile trip from here.
You're kidding. It took me nearly 2 weeks to come even a tenth of that distance.
Yeah, I probably should have included that in the bad news category.
Who is Mayastan exactly?
Mayastan is his dragonborn clan name. Kimrin has made a name for himself by protecting wild places and, well, destroying or sabotaging anyone that threatens them in any way. He has hurt a good number of people with his rather extreme methods.
And how are we supposed to get this giant to help us?
I don't know. That is for you to figure out. I'm sure that a resourceful duo like yourselves can manage.
We should get going then. Any recommendations for getting to Icewind Dale? Preferably within this century?
Well, there's a ship heading north in the next day or so. I arranged passage for you, though you will have to find other ships heading north on your own once this one stops in Waterdeep. Shouldn't be too troublesome this time of year. Oh, and one last thing. One of our occultists was able to identify those grinning creatures that you have encountered. They are called Grue, and are part of a large, mysterious category of creatures commonly called Starspawn. Whatever their purpose is here, it cannot be good. The few times the Starspawn Grue are mentioned in our books usually labels them as minions, shock troopers, and harbingers for even greater evils and agents of ancient mad gods. How they came here is unknown, but their very presence is troubling. The people working with them probably worship whatever elder god the Grue serve. I suspect that you have found the cult of the Old Ones, which may explain why the man in the mask was interested in the devil cultists you found in Adro's Tower. They would likely have similar goals and could be using similar resources.
The sage seems to be fairly composed, but he could be concealing something. It's hard to say.
Oh, man.
What else can you tell us about these things?
Unfortunately, not much. Very little is known about them other than that they come from a place beyond the known multiverse. Mordenkainen himself never dared travel to their home, as it is a place beyond human reason or understanding. Simply...
The sage seems to be fairly composed, but he could be concealing something. It's hard to say.
What might they want with Endan Travayir's body?
It's impossible to say. Many creatures that come from other planes have been known to open more portals to their homes and thereby facilitate an invasion. Theoretically, since dragons are tied to the very nature of magic in our world, they could use him as a focus for anchor point, though they would also need his soul for that, since the soul is what really ties dragons to Faerun. It could be that they simply need a host large enough for the parasite. There's also the possibility that they've taken his body to their home plane, in which case there is nothing we could do.
Thank you for the information.
Limited as it was. Keep this with you as you travel. You can use this to contact me from anywhere in Faerun at any time. If you're in dire trouble, or if you encounter something that might be very interesting to me, use that. Otherwise, abuse this privilege and I will sever the connection permanently. Now go down to the docks and you will find passage on a ship heading north. Good luck.
New lift?
The voyage north is long, and you discover an intense dislike of the sea, as you find yourself repeatedly clutching the ship's railing and spewing out various meals into the waves. As the voyage continues, the air also grows colder, as settlements and cities along the coast become fewer and far between. By the time the captain tells you that your destination is near, you have already started counting how many seconds it takes for your puke to freeze against the hull of a ship. Looking up from the railing, though, you see a dark shape looming through the blowing snow, and something about it that has nothing to do with the cold causes you to shiver.
Best hope you don't find yourself going there anytime soon, unless you have business.
What is that place?
It's called Revel's End, in Harp's name if ever there was one, as I've not known anywhere bleaker or more devoid of joy. There is a prison built to hold the worst criminals that mankind has to offer. Whether the sorry souls stuck in there deserve it or not, well, I can't say.
Again, prisons. How is it that humans are so taken with prisons, cells, and confining each other? It's unsettling.
Why build something like that all the way out here?
Well, the nice and fancy folk don't want no reminders of the dirty and dangerous people that they've locked up. So they put them as far from civilization as you can imagine. Care Dinerval notwithstanding.
What is that?
It's called...
Again.
Why?
Well,
What is?
it's called...
Again.
Why?
Dang it.
Well, the nice and fancy...
Here we
How
go.
much farther until port?
Not much farther at all. Just keep heading along that there path and you'll find your way to Care Dinerval. Not much of a place for southerners, between the cold and the rough company, but you'll find shelter from the blizzards, and food. Good luck, wherever your journey takes you.
Oh, what a miserable place.
How are you cold? I can hear you shivering. That doesn't make sense. I'm the one who has to walk
maybe
through
because
this.
I am not simply a passive observer, and I am actually sharing your body. How many times must I explain this?
Right, but shivering? Thought you needed your own body for that.
Never mind. Why would anyone choose to live in such a dismal part of the world?
Judging by what the captain said along the way, people who either don't want to be found or have nowhere else to go.
Lovely. Well, if we are to keep our relationship possible, I would suggest finding the nearest bartender or such who might have heard rumors of a giant.
Fire shield. Interesting. did not mean to use that. Dang, I was hoping there would be like some little hidden chest up here or something. Gave me a good outlook of the entire place though, so that's pretty cool. Oh, dang it. I used that spell again. Dope.
Haven't seen you around before. What do you want?
Friendly.
Have you heard anything about a storm giant in the area? I'm looking for one that's supposed to live nearby.
Storm giant? That ain't like a frost giant? Or do you mean a stone giant? Because we got plenty of those up on our spine. I sometimes wander this way to hunt and raid.
No, I mean storm giant.
And I've got nothing for you. Though you could always ask Kelia Goat Kicker. She's been around a fair amount. One of those adventurer types. Always looking for mercenary work and places to explore. You can usually find her down by the lakeside docks.
No, I mean storm giant. What can you tell me about this town?
Other than it being a hive of scum and villainy, you got the castle, the lake we fish knucklehead trout out of when it's not frozen over, and that's about it. What it's left after the rest of 10 towns after the incident some years back. Even the rogues of the world don't want to stay here if they can help it.
What incident?
Great white dragon came through. His breath was so cold, it froze the sap in the trees so hard the wood exploded.
Oh. Alright.
Shattered people as they tried to flee. Took a band of adventurers hired from Kalimshan to finally kill the thing. But by the time they did, 10 towns were in ruins. Everyone just congregated here in the end, since Caer Dineval had the least damage, though that's not saying much.
Have you had any disappearances around here? Strange sightings? Anything?
It's Icewind Dale. People go missing in the storms all the time, and monsters come down from the mountains and the tundra every day. Still, if you mean anything outside of that, no. Can't say as I've heard anything. People who get lost in the storms are either found within a week, alive, or turned into a walker. And the monsters are the same as ever. Then again, I did hear that something's been going on with the dwarves up in, Kelvin's Cairn. Lots of rumors and stories come from them, though I don't think they've had any misfortune themselves. Just heard things through the grapevine.
So long.
Seriously? You're not even gonna buy a meal or a room? Ugh, wasting my time.
Are you Helia?
And who wants to know?
My name is Katra, and I'm looking for a storm giant that's supposed to live in the Dale. Have you heard of anything like that?
Storm giant. Well, I'd be lying if I said I knew exactly what you're on about, but well, My partner and I did see something right queer in the mountains about a month back, and it was definitely giant and definitely stormy at the time.
Any details you can give me?
Hi. There's a trail on the opposite side of this lake, right across from us. That goes up into the mountains as Corpus Point. A blizzard started blowing around one of the peaks in particular just a few years before I showed up here. Never let up once, nor moved. Storm just sits there, blowing away. My partner and I, we thought we'd go see if anything were up that way. Or maybe we'd find some magic item or a wizard or something causing the storm. Maybe knock some sense into them or get some loot from the expedition.
You seriously risked life and limb thinking that there would be treasure there just because a storm had started?
Even if we found no goodies, we might have been able to see what was causing it. Maybe get the town's mayor to pay us for the information or something.
And what does this have to do with the giant?
I'm getting there! So, after about an hour marching through the storm, we hear this voice in the blizzard saying, "Turn back," and "You'll die here," and some such. We weren't about to pack it in, though. Thing is, the snow was getting so thick and high around us, we could hardly even walk, and it was getting dark. We tried to find shelter, but just kept getting turned around in the storm, and we were getting right cold. Cold, to the point you don't feel no cold no more. It wasn't until I hit the ground and everything started going black that I realized I was freezing to death. But then, next thing I know, I'm awake. My toad had been taken all the way down the mountain to a little cave, and someone had even set up a fire for us. But it was the wildest thing I ever seen, and I still ain't been able to figure it out.
She's clearly told this story a number of times, so it's hard to say how much of it is
My
rehearsed
insights
exaggeration.
are nothing but failures.
You said like a mum. You mean the face was a woman's?
Oh, far as I could tell, real flat. Smash nose. Though, but I was about delirious from the cold, so don't take that part of the story too seriously.
Any advice for someone looking...
Yeah, don't do it. It was a daft idea, and by all rights, me and my partner should be dead. Might not be such a trial normally, but that blizzard will spell the end of it.
Thank you for your time.
Well, that is at least a little promising. What say you, Petra?
It's the only lead we've got at the moment, so it's probably worth investigating.
Want to hear about how my mate and I fought off a dragon? Well, it were a little one, but still.
That's pretty cool. I literally just stole somebody's horse. No, that's a cool looking place. I wonder what that is. go as far as I wanted it to. Why is everything on zoomed in? What was that? Oh, I think it was a spell. Hey, what's up, Angela? Pretty good. How about yourself? I just completely missed that. Yeah, everything's going pretty good with me. Yeah, I'm playing Minecraft again. The main reason why is this was a playthrough that I planned on doing, and so I'm just gonna keep it running. Same with another one that I had going. So I kind of got 2 with this game in total. So that's mainly why I'm trying to keep them at least steady. After I stream this one for like an hour and a half or so, I'll probably go play something different, like some Apex. I mean, look, I want to at least finish something that I started. You know what I mean?
Once a military outpost,
Yeah, for
this
instance,
fortress was built by the lords
this
of
is something I
Waterdeep
started a
to
while
protect
back.
the
I played
prison
a little
of
bit of
Revel's
it,
End,
and
as
I
well
made a
as
part
the
1,
neighboring 10 towns.
but I never actually
The
got
soldiers
the
there
chance
performed
to
their
make a
duty
part
well,
2.
but were unprepared
So
when
this
the
is part
dragon
2
appeared
right
and
here.
latched onto the side of the tower. The beast unleashed its freezing breath into the building again and again, until everyone and everything inside had been turned to blocks of ice. Now, with no 10 towns to defend, and soldiers afraid to house there for fear of their comrades' ghosts, the outpost stands abandoned.
No, I wasn't asleep. I was literally playing video games the other night with my buddy all night. I stayed up till like 4 in the morning. Oh my gosh, I was tired the next day. I regret that. Went to work and I was just exhausted. Just gonna call that a permanent note to self. Don't play video games till 5 in the morning when you have work in the morning. Look, if you're invested in a game, like you get lost in it and you get invested in that game, trust me, you can play till the crack of dawn. That's without a shadow of a doubt. No, I've always loved video games. For me, I could play for hours if it's something that I really enjoy. Like The Witcher 3, for instance, I could play that game for hours and I could just get lost in it. Same with Minecraft. I mean, I typically will play Minecraft like with friends, but half the people that I play with, they get off at this time of night, so it's kind of just me by myself. That's why if I'm going to play one of these game modes, it's going to be something like this, or it's going to be a horror stream, so that way y'all can at least get a laugh out of me. You said I just reminded you of Captain's dialogue? What do you mean? Oh yeah. 100%, yeah. I guess I can't go this way. No, I didn't. This is a mod pack called Dungeons and Dragons. It's one of the many mods that you could download on Minecraft. They have a ton of just like mods that you can get. Some based like this, where it's like story mods, and then they have some where it's just like it's the same survival that you're probably used to, except with the exception of like extra things. Like my buddy likes playing survival with more challenging mods,
The
if that makes
Illithid,
sense.
also known as Mind Flayers, once ruled vast empires across multiple worlds, conquering whole races and forcing them into service. Ships like this one were how the monsters traveled between the stars and across planes of existence. Be glad that this one is long since crashed and abandoned. Otherwise, its presence would foretell a coming calamity.
Oh my god. What is going on? Alright, I'm never going over there again. Sounds like a plan. Absolutely not. I don't know what just happened. I was unable to move, and I just died. Absolutely not. Oh yeah, definitely. I just got cooked. No, I'm not making excuses for that. I got dumped on. That is without a shadow of a doubt.
In case you did not already know, dragons and giants have a long
Now, the last part,
standing
though, I was not joking about that. I was literally unable to move. I used one spell that makes a fire shield around me, and then after that, I was unable to move. I was getting damaged, but had no way to, like, defend myself.
If you do not mention my presence or involvement.
Something else to complicate things. That's good to know. Thanks. Hello?
See, like, these guys, easy.
Where are you?
Look, all I know is it was called a mind flare, and I've learned my lesson. Do not give any mind flares. What is that? I don't know what it is, but it needs to die. Why is it shooting a Kamehameha at me? It just one-shot that thing.
I just want to talk.
You shall not proceed. You tread a dangerous path, human. If you have come to rob or hunt me, then I hope that you have made peace with yourself.
Oh, that's big, lady.
That, Kadra, is a storm giant, and one who has ascended beyond the restrictions of their body, it seems. They aren't just controlling the storm around us. They are the storm. It is a part of them. Be careful.
Speak now and tell me your purpose in coming here, lest I blast you off the side of the mountain.
Do you know a druid named Myaston Kimmerin?
No. Should I?
It does, but it doesn't give a name of what the sword actually was.
She absolutely knows who Kimmerin is, and seems both surprised that you ask and immediately on edge.
I think you do know them, and I need help, and I think that either you or he can give it to me.
I am listening.
My friend has been infested with a parasite that has also displaced his soul. We were told by the Sage of Magic at Candlekeep that his best hope is to find the Rod of Alignment, which was last seen with Kimmerin.
And what if I refuse to help? What will you do?
If you do not help, then my friend will die, and that could mean something terrible for the world.
That seems rather far-fetched. Still, this is a powerful item that you seek, and not something to be handed over lightly. Though perhaps you will do. Very well. I indeed possess the rod, and am willing to part with it in return for a favor. The druid who last held the rod is indeed a friend of mine. Kimmerin, however, has a tendency to use force to protect the wilderness and its creatures, rather than negotiate. The Lord's Alliance decided that
Why
they
do I
had
not like where
suffered
this
his
is going?
vigilantism long enough, and have imprisoned him in the great fortress they built nearby, known as Revel's End. I cannot enter that bastion, as its magic wards me away. If you want the rod, then you must find—
This creature seems comfortable with committing what many others would condemn as crimes, so long as it is for the sake of an overall good. That being said, she has little reason to believe that you mean to do ill with the rod, and her expression has softened some, inclining you to think that perhaps she is willing to offer an ounce of her hard-earned trust in this.
A prison break to set free a dangerous
No, I
environmentalist
haven't.
vigilante.
Let me check that out real quick.
Count me in.
Oh, that is cool. Oh, that is dope.
Well then, perhaps a last warning to you. Beware the prison, for I have not seen the god. Every time I've tried to approach since its appearance,
That
it has beaten
is
me
super
back,
cool.
rather severely at one point. I do not know if the
You're
jailers
thanking
have
me,
summoned
no
as
one
an
should be
additional
thanking
guardian,
you.
or whether it is there for
You're the
other
one making the
reasons.
amazing
But
artwork
be
for
wary
me
of a dark
to
creature
put on my
with
page.
bat-like wings. Hope that you do not encounter it. Good luck.
That is all a rather tall order, and none of it too encouraging. At this point, the best we can do is probably to investigate the prison, see if we can identify some of its defenses and any gaps therein.
This foreboding cavern was once home to the dragon that destroyed 10 towns. It had carved its lair from the mountainside with its terrible claws, rending stone and ice like so much putty. After the dragon was killed, the place was looted of every scrap of treasure, then abandoned. Now it stands on the horizon as a grim reminder of Caer Dineval's past and the fate its sister towns suffered.
Trust me, I appreciate everything you're doing for me. All the artwork you've made is amazing. Trust me, I love the artwork you've made so far. My profile picture looks amazing. The banner looks amazing. I'm glad you've been able to assist me with this. Trust me, because I do not know where to start. And I don't know how to make stuff like that. So this has helped me out a ton. what's up, Lawrence? What in the world? Oh, crap. Oh, can I fall in the lava? I can fall in the lava. Note to self, don't attempt stupid things. You may win stupid prizes.
No sign of that creature that Nalkra warned us about. Can you discern anything noteworthy?
The place is rather quiet. Still, waiting for a few minutes, you do not see any guards, but do notice that the front door is wide open. Otherwise, though, you cannot see any apparent weaknesses.
Forcing our way in isn't going to be an option, I don't think.
No, I think you are quite right about that. Perhaps we can strike a deal with whoever runs the prison. Barring that, simply seeing the inside might give us some ideas about how to get Kimmerin out. Still, no guards? You would think that someone would have stopped or questioned us by now. I do not like the feel of this. Make sure that the front door stays open and unlocked, too. I do not wish to be trapped in here. See what you can find through that hole. There might be another passage or something similar. Something to lead us out of here. That looks like it connects to the door in the entryway, and judging by these notes, most of the rest of the prison, too. It seems to be a full containment and lockdown system. Everything is barred and sealed. Perhaps there's been a prison riot some revolt, messy as that may be, could provide a good distraction for getting inside and extracting Kimmerin. There. Now let us get back into the open and hope that we have not released all of the prisoners or endangered the guards. That would...
What was that?
Demons! What are demons doing in a prison? Devils and now demons. Encountering both in such a relatively short time is seldom a good sign. Either you are cursed with rotten luck or something is unless Revel's End is taken to enlisting monsters from the Abyss as guards, something has gone thoroughly awry. This is becoming increasingly distressing.
What is the Abyss exactly?
It is one of the lower planes, a seething pit of madness, rage, and destruction. Its endless layers are populated with demons of all shapes and forms, varying in intellect and cunning, but uniform in their desire to wreak chaos and kill.
How worried should I be about this?
Very. If there are this many demons in one room, then there are likely to be others. They were likely summoned and then broke free from their summoner. If the summoner was particularly careless, they may have left a portal open, through which more demons and demonic spirits could enter our world. Unfortunately, I think that the lockdown we just lifted may have been the only thing keeping them here in the prison.
Do you think that Kimmerin has anything to do with them being here?
I doubt it. Unless Kimmerin were presented with a too tempting opportunity, was consumed by vengeance, or had simply gone mad, he would not risk summoning demons. They would do as much damage to his precious wilderness as any human host would, polluting and tainting the land with their very presence.
How likely is it that the prison's keepers have some of these things?
Unlikely. The Lord's Alliance may be only as good as their interests allow, or as benefits them. But they are intelligent enough to know that summoning demons for help is an often counterproductive and deadly proposition. They would forbid such practices within their institutions, including this one.
Any advice going into this?
Yes. Don't die, and get out as quickly as you can.
Helpful.
As we go, look for evidence of a cult like the one we found near Candlekeep. If we find who or whatever created the portal, we may in turn discover a way to collapse it. Those must have been the gods. Either there is a spellcaster nearby animating them, or they've been possessed by demonic spirits.
something over there.
I do not see evidence of the warden, nor anyone else. He likely took the keys with him, but you might...
There doesn't seem to be much here, aside from forms and other documentation that don't provide any information pertinent to your task. You sort through the room, but nothing
It's
catches
even
your eye. There doesn't seem to be much here, aside from forms and other documents. You sort through the room, but nothing catches your...
Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me.
That looks like it was probably the warden. Their body is no longer their own. No choice, no movement, not commanded by something else. A puppet. Nothing to be done, no helping them, nothing. Have to break him. That is all. Just break what is left. Break the shell. Break the puppet, and it will be over. There. Good work.
Are you okay? You sound a little lost for a while.
I am fine now.
That seemed to really affect you. Do you want to talk about what just happened?
This is too familiar. Like what happened in my cave, the close spaces, being unable to do anything, having to watch everything around me without the power to influence it. Then seeing someone else whose body's been stolen from them and turned into a marionette for someone else's amusement or cruel deeds, while I am forced to feel you break what is left of them. I see me and my body instead of a skeleton, and it just makes everything... I feel everything that you feel, and see everything that you see in a physical sense, but my emotions are still my own, and they color our experiences differently. I see them differently in that way, and I cannot control how those experiences affect me, and that in itself makes it worse. The lack of control, that is. It spirals into panic or becomes a dark pit that I lose myself in, and it does not stop. Even after whatever we have done ends, I still feel it. for a long time afterward. Minutes, hours. Pretending to be fine, even speaking normally, is exhausting in a way that should not apply to someone without a body.
I'm sorry. That's a lot. I knew you were feeling strained, but I hadn't realized it was that powerful. Again, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Thank you, but do not be sorry. I do not mean this to sound ungrateful, but it feels more like pity than sympathy, even if my mind knows otherwise. Perhaps it is best we move on. Keys. Find the keys.
You sift through the shards of bone and scraps of torn clothes and armor until you hear a jangle. You retrieve a ring of keys, each of which is inscribed with runes and magic formulae. You would never have opened a cell.
Oh, sorry, I
without
was
these.
getting distracted. I was focusing in on it. They were going in like to some in-depth lore. Basically, the dragon is just going over what was going on in his mind, and I was just like, this dude's like hitting the feels right now, and I was like, okay, so yeah, no, I didn't run away. I'm still here. Oh yeah, no, I hadn't run away, I promise.
Oh, the jingling of keys. Now that is a welcome sound. Certainly better than listening to screaming demons, anyhow. And who might you be? I see no uniform. You don't look like a demon to me.
My name's Katra. I'm here to get you out.
Are you now? Well, that's nice, but I find it hard to believe. Still. Very well. My name is Mayastan Kimarin. What do you want with me exactly?
Okay, let me check it out real quick. You're all good. I'm not looking for it to have my name on it. As long as it has the my username, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Oh, finally. She said she would figure something out, but I'd given up on her once the demons appeared.
What happened here? Why are there demons and where are the guards?
How much information do you think I can get while locked up in a stationary cell? Well, a fair amount, actually. About a week ago, there was an alarm. Like, if there'd been a prison break. But everyone was running toward the bottom level and someone shouted about a portal or something like that. Almost none of those guards came back. And those who did were being chased by all of the lovely creatures you've encountered here yourself.
Oh, you're all good? Yeah, no rush at all. Well, whenever you're able
My
to,
best
and you
guess
can
is someone opened a
make them,
portal
that's
to the
perfectly
abyss,
fine with me.
lost control, and was subsequently killed. Judging by the state of this place, it seems likely that the portal's still open too. As for the other guards, well, I wouldn't think about it too hard if I were you.
Oh, I believe it.
Will these keys get you out?
There's a lot of editing that's probably going into that, so trust me, I completely believe you.
Why, yes, they will. Glad to see someone thinking ahead. That being said, I won't be going anywhere while that portal's still open, so you'll have to go find my magic focus, too.
Where would I find your focus?
There's a lockup somewhere for inmates' possessions. Get the warden's keys, and you should be able to open whatever box or closet you can find.
How did the portal open in the first place?
I haven't the faintest. Perhaps one of the guards was secretly a demon worshiper and agreed to let his friends in. Maybe someone just got careless with some other ritual, or were tricked into enacting the wrong one. Maybe someone sneaked in. Trust me, I've been scratching my head over this since it all started.
How are you and some of the other prisoners still alive? Wouldn't the demons have torn you apart by now?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course,
trust
you're
me,
very
they've
welcome.
tried.
Again, I
Multiple
just
times.
appreciate everything
However,
you've done
these cells are
to help me out up to this point.
and have constantly active anti-magic
It means a
fields
lot.
on the
I mean,
inside.
you've helped me a bunch.
Demons cannot teleport in, or shoot fire, or whatever at us, nor can they rip the doors off. Ironically enough, these cells are the safest places in the entire building, so far as I can tell. It'd be relaxing if I didn't have to listen to the occasional blood-curdling, inhuman shriek echoing through the halls.
I'll be back soon.
Okay, I'll be...
Oh, I can jump off the edge. Yeah, sure. How do you want me to do it? Do you want me to, like, just say your name out loud on the stream, or do you want me to post your name in, like, my about me? Oh my lord. Alright, I'll share you on my stream then. How about that? On my about me. Yeah, I certainly can. You got a place where you recommend that I could do it at? Facebook page. I could share it on there.
Hey, Vair? We haven't been using your magic site as much, but I haven't seen any evidence of a cult or any other religious or magical activity aside from what's needed to keep this place running.
Oh,
Yeah, you're very welcome.
yes, strange.
Vair?
Just get us out of this prison.
Oh, I didn't even notice that thing. Oh, it's because my laptop doesn't actually have a working camera. I mean, it has a camera, but it doesn't work. So, either one of two things. Either I could A, try to fix it, which I don't even know what's wrong with it. Or option B, I could just buy like a separate camera, which honestly option B is probably going to be the easier option. Yeah, I've thought about buying one, but I just gotta wait till I have everything all saved up so I could get it. Yeah, just buying a separate camera, because then I could just like buy one of those cameras that I could just like attach to something. Like I could attach to my TV, because that's typically how I play these games is off of my PlayStation. So I could just attach it to my TV or something like that, and then stream like that. I have no idea what those are. Are those streaming websites too? then you know I'm not lying, because I genuinely had no idea what they were.
Oh, my focus. Excellent. Have you cleared the path to the portal?
All of the demons have been killed.
Oh, you even took care of that big, bat-like thing? That one looked particularly menacing. If I'm being entirely honest, I nearly peed myself when it stopped by to try to get into my cell.
I haven't seen anything like that.
Well, let's hope it stays that way, though I wouldn't hold my breath.
Nulkar mentioned some sort of flying monster before we came, but we haven't seen it yet. You think it's still here?
Oh yes, I saw it just yesterday. If it hadn't flown off by then, something must be keeping it here. Well, if that thing's still hanging around, then it'll probably rip me to shreds the moment I try to seal the portal. I'll find a place to hide, or maybe just stay in this cozy and very safe cell
if I decide like
until it's dead or driven
plan
off.
on showing my
Once
face,
you've done that, I'll close the portal and we can get out of this
honestly,
place. I would guess it
I don't see an
probably
issue with it.
purchases,
Like I
somewhere
mentioned,
up
I just
high.
gotta get the
I
camera.
want to start searching the upper levels.
Do something about the flying monster.
Wow, I've never actually been up quite this high. Is this what it's like for you? Viewing the world from above while flying? Everything spread out so endlessly.
It was.
Any chance those specks are dangerous or harming anything in the area?
What a lucky services. The two souls have come to be packaged into the same body. I was getting hungry.
It can sense me?
And hear you. Yes. Oh, I must say that it is a delight to encounter a soul as rich and potent as yours, noble worm. I cannot say that in all of my centuries I have ever consumed any of your kind who were older than mere adolescents. Young and tender, yes. But their souls do not have the potency that yours does. And all of this without contending with your fiery breath or iron-hard scales. Oh, you are most generous in coming here so exposed.
The monster seems to be almost shivering in anticipation as it flexes its claws and bares its teeth. You get the sense that you might only have time for one question before the thing's patience runs out.
How did this portal open?
You do not know. Neither of you. To think that even such a wise beast as a dragon would not know the happenings and patterns of his own world. How little have you paid attention to what is around you. Don't worry though, I will relive the universe of your arrogance. Luckily for you, you will not have to face your deity's judgment when I am done with you. Death will be the
that just happened. Let's head back to Kimmerin.
Oh, well, that was downright unsettling. Still, the deed is done. However, I fear that what magic I could work here today was limited and will only be a temporary solution. Once I have some rest, though, I can return and enact something more permanent.
Could you use the Rod of Alignment to keep the portal shut? Put things back?
That is a good idea, but I do not know how to say this any more clearly than to say that the portal being open is how things are supposed to be. It seemed to have opened on its own, naturally. I've heard of such phenomenon, but never seen it. I suppose we just got unlucky. Using the rod, though, would just reopen the rift, I'm afraid. Nothing can ever be easy, can it?
What about the other people still in the prison? It will be some time before more guards appear to help them.
Oh, I plan to free them all. I cannot abide by anything being trapped against its will. If these prisoners prove to still be dangerous to others, though, well, then it will be my responsibility to find and eliminate them. Lots of work if that happens, but I'll manage.
If they hurt people after you let them out, then you'll be just as responsible for any damage they do.
True, but I cannot punish someone for a crime they haven't committed yet.
How can you trust them to not do whatever it was that put them in here to begin with?
Hopefully, they've learned from their mistakes by now. That being said, I will also make it very clear what will happen if they cause too much trouble.
What about the crimes that they have already committed? They haven't finished their sentences.
Not my problem, and I don't really care about such strict laws. Way I see it, just being stuck in here was punishment enough. If they break the rules again, though, then someone will put them down. Might be me, it might be someone else.
Are you ready to go back to Nalkra now?
Oh, once I've had a bite to eat, sure. There must be something around here that hasn't rotted or been gnawed on by... As soon as I'm rested, though, I'll turn into an air elemental or a snowy owl. Something. Fly to Nalkra's cave. I'll be there long...
Stay safe, then. Would have hated to go to all this trouble just for you to get eaten by a crag cat or something on the way back.
Yeah, well, the benefit of being a druid is that I can always turn into one of them if they try. Maybe insult their mother to get them to back off. You wouldn't guess it, but they're surprisingly touchy about their moms, crag cats. Never you worry. I'll see you there.
Alright, so I'm trying to finish up this part. After this, what do you think I should hop on next? I may stream for like an extra 30 minutes to an hour. If not, I could just call it here.
have returned. Good. I can now say to your face that I do not enjoy being deceived, dragon.
I was afraid of this. Be careful.
Yeah, I have a dragon with me. We still did what you asked, though. So are you going to keep your end of the bargain?
I could break our agreement without a guilty conscience between your dishonesty and the company you keep.
Oaths and promises don't really mean much in the wilderness. However, allies and friends do. They have shown themselves at least willing to work with us, and nothing in my divination makes me think that they mean the world or us ill will. We figured out what you would want the rod for, and personally, I fully support your desire to return to your natural form. Especially if it means unearthing whatever your attackers are planning.
And what about after the dragon is returned to its form? Can we trust them with it then?
I'd hope so. If not, though, we can always take it back. Either way, can't condemn someone for something they haven't done yet, right? Give it to them with my blessing.
Fine. But if you can hear me, dragon, I do this not for your sake. I do it for the child. They do not deserve to have their thoughts constantly invaded, and should be able to live their life without someone constantly whispering in their ear. A person's mind is meant to be their refuge and safe haven, even when nowhere else is. Besides, there is something about you, child. A sense of impending significance, for lack of a better term. I have been in this world long enough to trust my intuition, and it tells me to keep an eye on you, regardless of what happens to the dragon. I will be curious to know your doings. Now go. Hunt your quarry. And remember that the rod is not all-powerful. You must weaken your target first if it is a living thing. You have a battle ahead.
Any idea where we might find the creatures that stole Vair's body?
I tried scrying them too, but their lair seems to be protected from such spying. Sorry.
I may have an idea, though.
We'll take any advice you can offer.
Speak with the dwarves of Kelvin's Cairn. I have overheard their conversations whilst traveling as a storm. They speak of their kin in Mithril Hall facing a mysterious crisis, though I could not learn any details. Still,
It is as good a start as any. These foes are unnatural to our world, so they are bound to make disturbances that we might...
Well, it's a start at least. Thank you both for your help.
Happy hunting!
Alright, I think this is where I'm going to call it for tonight. I think we had a pretty decent stream. I appreciate everybody that stopped by, and remember, if you enjoy the stream, make sure to drop a like and follow. Y'all enjoy the rest of your nights, and stay safe.